And of course you're going to do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I told you that I would be back, and I have returned. And so now we're just getting this back live training. We're doing all the particular things now. Getting it all set up. Boom, just like that. Bang. Yes, sir. Believe it. Okay. And there we go. And there is the arena where today the training session will begin. Shortly, here, in just a few moments, you will be privileged to see what the old man still has left. 54 years of age. Yeah, I know that was a weak Howard Cosell imitation, but if you remember who Howard Cosell is, then you're about in my age bracket. Okay, now what we do now to get what you normally see together today. So what we're going to do is we're going to search now on our tablet here, and we're going to spin this on around, just like so. Yes, sir, just like so. Oh, what's all that? Gold straps right over there, buddy. You see that Ring magazine belt? Inside that case is something else we'll unveil soon. WBA belt. And next to recent WBC belt. The most recent one in the curving banner that loops around the fighter in the middle. Most recently, they've added the Ukrainian flag. So, not a big fan of these newer WBC belts. But that's how it goes. And right behind here, on the other side of this camera, is the IBF title. So, anyways. So now what we'll do, you see that tripod in the background? We will put our tablet on that, and it does have a clamp. And which is better to hold the laptop because again, these magnets and whatnot might be strong enough for a lightweight phone like what we got, but it may not hold a tablet because tablets are a little bit heavier obviously, and it might fall off and break, so we got to clamp down. So that's what it looks like right there, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I come in the morning around 4 a.m., which today I came in at 3:45 because my mind woke up. And we'll come in here, we'll make us some breakfast. We'll turn on that right there, watch a few videos, see if there's anything interesting on YouTube that I might want to use in the background for workouts. And then we get down to business, as they say. So, without further ado, we'll get our stuff going here. We'll turn and see. This is an angle you don't see that often. As you can see right now, it's 5:32 probably, give or take a minute or a second. So, let's get down to business. All right. Now this is a good tripod here. I've got like 3 or 4 of them. I don't know, and I go into a lot of used goods stores, and one of the main things I look for is that any good tripods. Is there a better one than what I got? And I don't know why. Like I said, I got 3 or 4 of them. I don't need a 4th. The wife might divorce me if I bring in another tripod. So now, oh, it's over here. Okay. So this is a real nice thing that the wife got me a handful of months back. I'm very happy about it. There we go. What happened there? What fell? I thought I heard something fall. Anyways, got to clean the screen. Get all the fingerprints and the smudges off. There we go. I got all that stuff off. So what we're going to be doing today, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to be listening to the audio of Larry Holmes defending the WBC heavyweight belt up against future heavyweight champion, 2-time future heavyweight champion, Terrible Tim Witherspoon. And this was the co-feature, or the main event, if you will, of a Don King promoted event called the Crowning Affair, or the Crown Affair, or something like that. And the other fight, and Don King at this point controlled both the WBC and WBA world champion under contract. And so now on this particular show, you had 2 heavyweight title fights. This is long before the era that we're in now, which has 4 world title belts in the same weight classification, which is all owned currently by Alexander Usyk, who was a cruiserweight, much like Evander Holyfield when he stepped up to the heavyweights and defeated Buster Douglas and became the undisputed 3-belt era champion. So, and then what we'll do is we'll set this up, find the video, sync it to our big speaker that I showed you earlier. There's that. We'll put this to the side. And while we're doing it, we'll make sure we're still recording, because we have a iffy connection. Okay. We're laying fiber optics in our neighborhood, so hopefully we'll not lose too many signals and whatnot in the future. They've been doing that for the last week. I've been in that position before. During my first marriage, we didn't have fiber optics in our neighborhood when I lived in Dallas, because it was such a new neighborhood. Right down, maybe a quarter mile down the street from Duncanville High School, which I used to have to walk to catch a bus. Yes, I knew how to drive, but in Dallas, you think I'm gonna drive with all them crazy fools? I don't think so. So, sometimes I would, because I didn't want to catch the bus, because again, taking public transportation is not the quickest way to get anywhere. So, neither here nor there. But anyways, we didn't have fiber optics in that neighborhood in Dallas, so we had to get any satellite service that we could, which I think at the time we had at separate times gotten both satellite services of that particular era, which was Dish and DirecTV. And so, and we did get an extra dish on the house, so on that house, unless they removed them, she, he, they, whatever, they should have 3 satellite dishes on top of the roof. One for DirecTV, one for the other dish. And the third one was when my late great mother-in-law, who was Japanese, came to live with us. We got the 3rd satellite for her to be able to watch Japanese TV. She loved her Japanese soap operas and game shows, not to mention Japanese baseball, which I used to like watching that with her. And we would watch sumo every once in a while. And so she used to like that too. She knew who Giant Baba was, so if you asked her daughter at that time who Baba was, she wouldn't know. So anyways, now we'll turn on this thing here. And again, all this stuff is out of camera view. There it is. Now while that's turning on, I'm going to get the rest of the place in shape. This is the angle that you're more accustomed to seeing, pointed toward this corner. And you'll probably say to yourself, man, it's been a while since you worked out at a true boxing gym. What's going on? Well, life gets in the way, and I'm not able to do it as frequently. So, but we still will be going to the boxing gyms. We still work out at Metroflex Fort Worth, which they've been real good to us, allowing us to come in and bring our tripods and cameras and whatnot to be able to film in there, which is a good thing. So they've always been good to us. We go up to Maple Avenue Boxing Club occasionally. It's been a while since we've been up there, so, but yeah, we still go out there. We still go to these gyms. It's just here lately, with working and other things getting in the way, the champ hasn't been able to get out that way. So put this away. There we go, right there. All right. Put this somewhere over here. There we go. I stay pretty messy due to my ADHD. Keeps my mind always flipping and flopping around. So there. Okay. Now then, right over here is what we'll. Okay. Okay, now we'll go into YouTube. There we go. Okay. All right then. Now let's see where that good fight is. All right, well, we just may have to listen to Mercer versus Holmes. Okay. Now then, yeah, we'll just use Holmes versus Mercer. That's a good go-to right there, because we'll only maybe be able to get out about 5 or 6 rounds. So, that being said, okay, trying to set up this speaker here. There we go. Okay, now we'll get our hand wraps on and get everything ready to go. So now what you'll see is me getting my hand wraps on, getting my athletic tape stretched out and cut, and putting a strip on the gloves, so that way I have kind of a template on where to put the longer strip. So most of this is uneventful junk. So, but you get to see it all. How privileged are you? Okay. Yes, sir, indeed. Now we'll go put these on real quick. Yes, sir. We'll put these on real quick. I could probably put these on in my sleep. Probably do sometimes. Put this right over here. There we go. Yes, sir. So anyways, I still like keeping up with the tradition of giving shout outs to folks. And because people out there that deal with me, they got to be just all kinds of sainthood type material, you know what I mean? So I see that my old friend Carlos Rios gets on here still. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you need to send your child, you want to work out for boxing, go to Rios Boxing Club in Haltom City. He's got a great gym, and it's been a long time since I've been able to go to his gym due to his hours, but he is still considered as my home gym. He's got a great gym, he's got great fighters out of there, and it's just a fantastic place to be. So if you want to learn boxing, go to Rios Boxing Club, ladies and gentlemen. No endorsement has been paid for the following. So anyways, also a lot of good shout outs to our good friend and former IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Mr. Botha. I can't talk this morning. So Mr. Botha, former heavyweight champion of the world, was done dirty by the IBF. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So he gets on here pretty regularly, and we appreciate all that he does for us. He gets on here and just we got a lot of other folks that get on here. In the past we've had former champion, heavyweight champion Riddick Big Daddy Bo get on here and give a shout out to us, and a man who gave Mike Tyson everything he wanted and some, the name of Jose Revolta. And we have other great fighters that come on here and watch us. People like Troy Dorsey, who was featherweight champion of the world in the 90s, and also a world champion in kickboxing. And we get a handful of others. So now we get to the gloves. This is a big bag here, and I've never seen one of these bags like this before. It comes with its own backpack, which is zipped into the body of the actual bag itself. So that works out good. The main compartment of the bag, I can put my boxing equipment, and then in the backpack I can put my audio equipment like cords and whatnot. Okay, now I like working out with these gloves here, and these are Reyes boxing gloves. And these particular gloves are the Pro Fight Safe Tech gloves, as you can see on the thumb. And what that means, I think, they have a little bit more padding in the knuckles and whatnot. But the one thing I need you to be very obvious or conscious of this is the thumbs. See that stuff? See those black streaks on the thumbs? That's sweat buildup right there. And I've tried my very best to clean those off, and I have not been able to do it. So if any of y'all out there know a way to get these, I guess, sweat black marks off the thumb area or anywhere else on the glove, let me know. Leave a comment down below. And while we're talking, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that bell and make it ring, and join us, and you'll get updates on when we're going to come on live. So, but that's the only drawback to any kind of pro gloves, because 9 times out of 10 they might be used once, maybe twice. But I use these constantly. That's why you get the black streaks on the thumb area. That's sweat. So you gotta be careful about that. So this is what I do. I put on the glove first. And every pair of boxing gloves I ever owned, I put in these runner laces. You see these right here? These are runner's laces on the gloves. Now you might ask, that's pretty ingenious. Doesn't Everlast do that? Well, yes, because Everlast copied me. They had put these in their gloves at least a few years before, or after rather, I've been doing it, because I've been doing it for a long time. Because I don't know about you out there, unless you use Velcro gloves, the one thing that I could never get past when I first started out doing the boxing workouts back in, probably in the late 1980s, was if you use these type of lace-up gloves, unless you got somebody helping you, which 9 times out of 10 I didn't, how are you going to tie these things? How are you going to do it? And you didn't have any athletic tape to secure it. How are you going to do it? And then I saw runner laces, and I thought to myself, if they'll work for tennis shoes, they'll work for boxing gloves. So that's what we started doing. And then a few years later, Everlast started doing it. I'm still waiting on my royalties check. That's right. And that's what I do right there. I don't tie it too tight because again, when I go to pulling them off, then I gotta throw them back on, right? So, but these gloves, I've had them for maybe about a year now, and they're starting to show a little bit more wear and tear. Some of the coating or some of the color, I guess you could call it, is starting to come off whenever I peel off the athletic tape. So I try to be a little more careful whenever it's whenever I do that. So I'll put the tape right here, like back in the old days. I don't put it all over the cuff. So I just put it right here, right in that area. So now, zoop, I take it right off, and then boop, put it right back on, because the runner laces are elastic. You see? You put it back on, boom. Doesn't come untied once. So now I'm going to do it for the other glove. And again, as you can tell, it's got the black stains right there. There's that. And there you go. Just tie them down like this here. I like lace-up gloves because they simulate real pro fight gloves. And you can get them in different ounces. So there's that one. See right there? Boom. Tied. Boom. Just like that. And then you can slip them right back on. And you ain't got to worry about somebody being there to tie them down. Booyah. Just like that. All right. So like that. Get that one right there. All right, there we go. There it is. Where's some scissors at? Zoop. There's up there, boy. There's that. There's that. I'm not doing a whole lot of talking because I'm not used to doing all this with the camera on, so. There. All right. Now then, we'll start with the left glove. It's easier for me to deal with. So there you are. Boom, still in shape, still on the top. Not here like this, see? So I'm showing you here. There like so. Bang, just like that. Smack around, look at that. Don't want to cover that up yet, but right there, boom. Gives you a running template there of where you want to go. So we got that one on now. And we could probably, yeah. So we got to make sure this tape I can grab up with the other glove. It's all be gloved up whenever I go get these on. Okay. Now we'll go for the right glove. That's right. We'll go for this right glove now. And you'll see my beautiful wife come in probably here in just a few minutes. Okay, and again, we do the same thing here. Boom. Strip the tape, bada bing, just like that. See that? It's not covering nothing, but you got that right there. Again, that's just give you a sideline of what's going on. All right. Now you put on the bigger strip. And this secures everything down. Boom, just like that, right? All right. And depending on how good your tape is, it won't start flaking off. There it is, right there. All right, now it's on the back and on the front. So now, for whatever reason, it's
5 of his comeback. He's had to go the distance against the likes of Eddie Gonzalez and Art Card. So that's where all the doubters set in.
all right. That was the audio of Holmes and Mercer. Now we've only got just a little bit more to do. Get this up here. We'll get this glove on, and then we'll be ready to get it on because we don't get along. That's right. That's what will happen. So now I'm gonna get behind the camera real quick. And let's throw down our gang signs. How about that? It's not really gang signs, but you get the gist of it. No, we don't want to see that one yet. There it is. No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one either. Yeah, this is all. How about that? Okay, there we go. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? It's almost go time, Jack. Woo! Almost go time. So let's do it. Now it's time to get in serious mode here. So. Let's get the mouthpiece out. So you ready? Ready to see greatness? Ready to see the greatest heavyweight of all time? The fastest, the most articulate, the most beautiful? Look at this face. I don't look like a fighter, do I? Why? Because they don't touch me. They don't touch me. I don't give them nothing to hit. Ain't no sense in it. Okay, boom. You saw that, you just pull it on, man. Just pull it on. That's right. That's all you gotta do. So now, let's go try that. That's right, it's go time. Are you ready? Are you ready to see it? The greatest heavyweight of all times? That's right, greatest of all times. That's right, the stage is set right now. Let's do it.
He has as he makes it towards the ring here at the Atlantic City Convention Center. He's had a fascinating career, from his disparaging remarks against Rocky Marciano to running over tops of cars to go after Trevor Burbick. But he's been there for years, and he's back once again for perhaps the final time. Look at that, 20 successful defenses. And here he is, the former heavyweight champion of the world, entering the ring, Larry Holmes. Saw a peek of Joe Frazier in the ring as well. Record of 53-3 with 37 knockouts. The 3 losses, 2 to Michael Spinks and 1 to Mike Tyson. We thought the Tyson 4th round knockout ended his career. Not so. All right, Goosen's Corner now for the undefeated Ray Mercer, Joe.
Of course, Ray Mercer, we've seen here a couple times already on TVKO, and he's always been impressive as far as his heart and guts and everything else, and he's got a hell of a punch. What he's got to do, though, and this is first and foremost, he's got to pressure Larry Holmes. He's got to get inside. That means getting past the jab and right hand without getting hurt. And lastly, he cannot let Larry Holmes tie him up on the inside like Holmes did to Tyson for 3 rounds. He's got to keep his hands busy at that.
And Ray Mercer getting ready to enter the arena. As you know, he won the Olympic heavyweight gold medal in Seoul in 1988. Let's hear about his biggest moment of triumph to date.
Made me feel proud representing every American in the world. The heart was just warmed. And when I think about it, I say that right now, I just feel like I want to cry. I just warms your heart up just to know that you've done the best that you can do representing, the USA.
And it's obvious from the start that this is a Ray Mercer crowd. As he wins his way towards the arena. And his wins against Francesco Damiani and Tommy Morrison and even Bert Cooper. He's won the fights, but he's paid the price along the way. Big question tonight will be, Joe, Larry Holmes certainly knows what to do, has it in his head, but can the body do what the mind wants it to do?
Well, I've never really, he seems so confident that he almost has you believing that he can do it. And he's certainly in great shape. He's got Don Turner there in the corner with him. I just got to feel that Larry Holmes is not going to try to kid anybody. He got himself in good shape and is going to try to put on a wonderful performance tonight.
And here comes the undefeated Ray Mercer. 18-0, 13 knockouts. We saw his demolition of Tommy Morrison, but remember, Mercer took a lot of shots in the first 3 rounds from Morrison. Referee Tony Perez a bit slow in stopping that bout in the 5th round. And sort of our tale of the tape, Joe, is really one of the more fascinating ones in the annals of TVKO. Holmes, 12 years older, his weight about 20 pounds more than when he fought in his prime. But Ray Mercer here, the heaviest he's ever fought at 28 3/4. And Larry Holmes with that 5-inch reach advantage to land that, what he keeps calling that hammer, that jab.
And of course, that jab is what really kept him the champ for so many years. Here we go, a 3-fight average now. And we've got Mercer and Holmes basically throwing the same amount of punches here, landing the same amount, and the percentage of connects are about the same. Of course, that depends on who they fought and where they got this 3-fight average from, the quality of opponents. Here we go, let's go to the jabs. 3-fight average, of course. And Holmes, look at this, 29 around he goes compared to 17 from Mercer. But of course, landing 10, he's got to be a lot more accurate with his jab if he wants to keep Mercer off him tonight.
And the rules for the 12-round non-championship fight, a 10-point must system, standing 8 count again, and the 3 knockdown rules in effect. Cannot be saved by the bell in any of the 12 rounds. The doctor or the referee can stop the fight. So we are ready. Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer to the pre-fight introduction.
Oh, and here comes Holmes moseying on over to Mercer's corner, giving him a little bump.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Aaron's Top Rank Incorporated in association with the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, presents the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. Boxing Commissioner, Larry Hazard Sr. The chairman is Jerry Gormley. Board members in attendance, Gary Shaw and Richard Harrison. Deputy Commissioners, Lawrence Wallace and R. Yogi Hiltner. Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Frank B. Doggett. Attending physicians, Dr. Errol Shaw and Dr. Charles Wilson. And the timekeeper is Roosevelt Gilbert. The 3 judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system are John Potteray, Phil Newman, and Eugene Grant. And the man in charge once the bell rings is referee Steve Smoger. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to our featured fighters this evening, let me introduce to you one of the all-time greats. He's right here in the ring at this time. The first American heavyweight to win an Olympic gold medal. He went on to become the undisputed and undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Smoking Joe Frazier. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 233 pounds. Wearing the white trunks with red trim, his professional record, 53 victories, only 3 defeats, 37 KOs. He ruled the heavyweight division for 7.5 years as its heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, from Easton, Pennsylvania, the Easton Assassin and former heavyweight champion of the world, Larry Holmes! And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, his opponent wearing the white trunks with black trim and weighing 228 3/4 pounds. He's originally from Jacksonville, Florida, but now fights out of Newark, New Jersey. Ranked number 5 in the world by the IBF, this 1988 Olympic gold medal champion is now 18-0 as a professional with 13 KOs, and he has held the WBO world title in this division. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated, merciless Ray Mercer!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving you instructions at the weigh-in. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to respect the bell, and I want you to protect yourself at all times. Now touch him up. Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
Larry Holmes kept talking about traps that he will set for Mercer. Joe, what do you think he'll try to do?
Well, he already told me what he wanted to do. He said, when you see me back into a corner and dip to my right side, put my left arm out, I'm going to hit him with an uppercut and knock him out.
All right. This is the ring where we saw George Foreman acquit himself well against Evander Holyfield in the birth of TVKO. We'll see what Larry Holmes can do as he accepts the jabs of Ray Mercer, who goes after Holmes. Mercer the aggressor in the opening moments. Mercer said it will not go 12. Few people know. He's 4-1 favorite for Mercer. Holmes uses the so-called hammer for the first time. First defense is there, and Larry with the right hand.
That right hand came off nice and quick off that jab, and that's what he's got to continue to do once he sets Mercer up with that jab.
Here's Holmes with the right hook as well. There's a strong right hook from Holmes.
As you can be expected, Mercer just came right back. See Holmes behind the head, and Steve Smoke is rewarded for it.
And Holmes sticks his glove in Mercer's face. This has become a grudge match. You noted earlier, before it began, when Holmes walked over and stomped toward Mercer and bumped him.
And Mercer landing a nice right hand to the ribcage there of Holmes, and of course Holmes answers back with his own right hand to the ribs.
Mercer just nodding. It's turned nasty and entertaining simultaneously as Holmes just puts out the left hand on Mercer's head. Strong right to the body from Holmes. There's a right hook that caught Mercer's attention at the 1-minute mark, and Holmes staggers backwards. And here comes Mercer after Larry Holmes.
It looked like Mercer hurt him with a jab and really wobbled Larry Holmes.
There's still a full 45 seconds remaining in the first round. Here's Holmes with an uppercut from the corner position he was talking about. And tries another. Mercer with a look at the stain on his face. Mercer just puts his hand back on Holmes' head the way Holmes had done to him.
Well, Mercer just tried to jump in with that sneak little left uppercut, the one that caught Damiani on the nose and knocked him out. And it just barely missed Larry Holmes.
And Mercer backs up Holmes again in the final seconds of the first round. An entertaining round for sure.
Holmes already pumping a little bit, but he's throwing a lot of hard punches and a lot of wrestling going on there.
Mercer goes, yeah, as he heads back to the corner.
All right, let's go back here, and we're going to take a look at that jab, whether Holmes was either off balance or it really did stagger him. Only the replay will tell. We're going to go back here in a second.
Work the whole time. Work the whole time.
Here it comes. Now here's Mercer. He steps in, boom, right on the side of the chin, and that hurt him.
Absolutely.
Larry Holmes is dazed right there. But a good stiff jab can act just like a straight right hand if you get hit properly with it and it sneaks up on you like that one did. Right on the side of the chin. It almost knocked his mouthpiece out. But there goes Mercer, noted for his wild attacks there. Stay a little bit calmer and take your attack to the body there. He might have scored a few more punches. It almost looked like Holmes twisted his ankle there at the same time or something, because he almost went limping back to his corner after the round.
Starting the second round. Grandfather certainly seemed winded after the first.
Drew close to his locking up jab to the round. He 44 and landed 14 for almost 60% connect compared to 29%. Here, Mercer just seems to shrug off everything he gets hit with, which has got to be discouraging for Holmes. So I think that's the position that Holmes is talking about, that he wanted to be in, leaning down to his right, coming back that uppercut. Of course, that one landed, but not on the chin. Every time Holmes puts that straight left hand up there to hold off Mercer, Mercer's got to go right down that right hand underneath the heart of Larry Holmes. And a good counter right hand by Holmes right there.
Holmes is the one who landed in that sequence.
Let's see, Mercer should be going to the body here right now against Holmes. Holmes is very cagey, he protects himself very well.
The one who landed the left to the body. Holmes again to the left. So as Tommy Morrison did, Holmes is able to land some strong punches in the early rounds.
And look at Mercer just, I mean, it almost looks like he's just walking it through the stuff, goes right back, and asks for more. But if those punches keep coming like they are, they will accumulate and they will slow down Ray Mercer. And it won't help him during this fight, that's for sure.
Mercer with a strong chin and heart, and that's a tremendous combination for a heavyweight. Final 20 seconds of the second round.
This is what Holmes was talking about right in there, where he puts that arm up, leans to his right, say he wants it.
Yeah, he said, come on, come on.
And he's nailing Mercer with right hand and uppercuts.
And Mercer just stands in there and takes them.
Mercer talking and says, come on.
Yeah, he's talking to it.
It's exactly what he did to Tommy Morrison when he got hit with the best shots in that fight.
Some more as the round comes to a close.
Larry Holmes obliged Ray Mercer when he asked him to come on. He's got hit with 3 more good right hands. If Holmes keeps his kind of pace up, if he's capable of doing it, well, this could be the pattern for the whole night.
That was a good round for Holmes.
That was a good round. Smart, half step. Every time you throw a jab, you're counting your time up. You're walking like we talked about this morning.
All right, let's go back to early in the round here. Holmes misses that right hand, but look, he loops a couple over and one under. Ties up Mercer a little bit. All right, let's take a look at the end of the round. And that was the beginning, like I said. And here's the end of the round where Holmes really lands the majority of the punches. Look, 1, 2, he missed with that. Landed that one right out the top of Mercer. Got through the gloves there. Those punches with the weight of Larry Holmes and the accuracy of his punching, they hurt even when they're deflected.
Holmes with the punches and the connections in round 2. Of course, the question you're asking yourself is, can Holmes keep this up for 12 rounds? As we start the 3rd.
Well, that question would be answered for Ray Mercer. If Ray Mercer was going to body a little bit more, you'd probably say, well, if he keeps getting hit like this, he won't be able to go 12, but he's not getting hit to the body.
Holmes said he put his hands down like this, and he did for several seconds. Mercer said, I hope he does. What is it? Now Holmes lands another jab. Holmes with his hands down. Another of those so-called traps that they exchange right now.
That's right. He was leaning back like we saw James Toney and Mike McCallum doing all night, waiting for someone to throw their right hand so you can come back with your own.
Mercer's sticking his hand up. The left is trying to punch low with the right.
Well, here we go again. Holmes in that corner where he says he wants to be, because he feels he can knock out Ray Mercer in this corner. But right now, Mercer is getting a little bit better of it. Holmes is tying him up well, though.
Holmes wants to come with the right uppercut.
See, he's expending. That's right. And Mercer is expending a lot of energy missing those punches.
Larry content out his back to the corner.
Holmes is really nullifying most of those right hands, except with the exception of those 2 little ones. Now look at Holmes. He's really feeling his hooks tonight.
And Larry Holmes coming out strong in the 3rd. Mercer continues to stand there and take it. Holmes works the body now.
Well, we know Mercer can
Get out of the reverse and take it. Mercer the one saying, come on. Turn it to vaudeville.
Well, Steve Smoker, the referee, is just sitting back kind of watching this and enjoying it himself because these 2 are doing all the work right now.
And they're certainly putting on a show. Inside of a minute to go in the 3rd round. Mercer remains swing and miss, and he laughs about it. Holmes lands the body and then the right cross.
Now Larry Holmes looking at it, some adoring fans are yelling to him ringside, and he looks over to him and then lands a few more punches.
That's just with the left hand. Little superboy stuff. And Holmes with a combination. Mercer lands the right. Mercer the left to the body. Now right hand from Mercer.
Holmes getting away from mostly all of that.
He's holding on the ropes with the right hand, and Steve Smoker's letting him do it.
Well, Mercer's got Holmes in a headlock here. Steve Smoker cannot really quite be through a mark. Holmes has got his hands rested on the top rope, not letting Mercer get off.
Anybody have a can opener? Maybe Larry just rests up against that ring post of a round. And he heads back to his corner.
Well, you know, tell you the truth, they're both having a great time in there.
And our guest judge for our main event tonight is Jackie Callan, who is the manager of the IBF middleweight champion James Toney, who's fighting tomorrow against Dave Tiberi. So Jackie, how do you have it?
A heavyweight fight, anything can happen, but so far I think I would give the slight edge to Larry Holmes. He's been a little busier, he's been more accurate. I think that Mercer's punches have been hurting him more, but I think Larry's pushed off a lot of that, and he's been very busy.
Well, for what it's worth, I scored it the same as you through the first 3. Larry Holmes there, the 87% connect percentage in the 3rd round.
Less punches thrown, but a lot more people.
And Larry certainly looks worn out at the end of the round when he heads back to his corner. Larry's still sitting while Ray is stalking his corner.
That's right, you do all that work for 3 minutes. That's why you take advantage of that 1 minute rest, get it all back together, and go back to work. And here he goes.
Larry probably set a record for time spent in one corner for the entire round. Well, they say, what does the state of boxing come to when the people like George Foreman and Larry Holmes are the big draws? But you can see what it's come to. It's come to entertainment. And that's what we're seeing through this fight thus far. It's entertainment.
It's entertainment. You're seeing a real good fighter in there. Larry Holmes is 42 years old. He may have lost some of his speed, but I'll tell you what, he hasn't lost any of the experience. He's a smart fighter, and he's still effective, even at 42.
Shakes his head. After a good one, and Larry didn't feel it. Left hand from Mercer. Mercer has Holmes in the corner, and Mercer holds on. Let him go, Ray.
Holmes really doing a good job, though. Well, I'll tell you, Mercer is one mean son of a gun.
Yeah, he got warning from Steve Sloman. He would not let go. Mercer with the sarcastic back.
Well, of course, you know, Mercer isn't exactly the most technical guy in the world. He's tough, he's a hard hitter, and he's got to make up for maybe his lack of real technicality with being rough like that and mauling you and leaning on you and pushing you. And it's an effective strategy for him.
Ooh, boy. It's gone.
This is where Mercer should be getting off straight into the belly, though, instead of standing up. But see, the thing is that Holmes has slowed down a little bit in his round. He's not quite as active as he was the previous couple rounds.
Well, he couldn't keep up that pace.
Well, the thing is sometimes you have to settle into a fight against good ring conditioning that depends on the second one coming. Right hand, it was a great right hand, and that may come in the next round or two.
And Mercer again just waves it off. That was a tremendous right hand from Larry Holmes. Inside of 30 seconds remaining in the fourth. He thought it would not go this long. Holmes looking to set that trap for the uppercut.
Yeah, it looked like he should have pulled the trigger there, but didn't. For some reason held back. I know he's a little fatigued right now, but so that was a good opportunity for him to throw it.
The distance has been completed. 4 rounds done.
Don't let him rest. You let him rest too much. Come on, let's get this man out of here. Come on. We don't need this. But that's because you letting him rest. Go ahead and work on him and get him out of there. All right. I'm fine. You gotta go to work. You playing with him too much. I'm getting tired. You're all right. How are you doing? Move your head.
I ain't even breathing. Let's see what we got. Yep.
It's a party. Told you they were having fun. Look at this. That's interesting. 100 punches landed on 140. 71%. That's probably one of the highest connect percentages I've seen.
Bear in mind, this was the round where Mercer disposed of Morrison last October here in New York City.
He's capable of disposing almost anybody at any given time, Mercer. And when he does hurt you, he's explosive and accurate with his punches.
He said, unlike when Holmes fought Ali and motioned for the referee to help stop the fight, Mercer says, I don't do that kind of stuff. I wouldn't even do it to Holmes, who was one of my idols. And you saw that that's what Mercer did to Tom Morrison. 14 straight punches. The right hand from Holmes again. And this is his familiar position over here in this corner on top of us. Holmes holding him off with 2 left
By Ray Mercer there, but Holmes seems to be in such good shape this fight. He's taking a lot of the punches.
And there's the right uppercut from Holmes, but not a lot on him. Good right hand and then a left from Holmes. And there's the jab. Here comes Mercer. Doing the dance. There's a little bit of everything thus far. And no knockdowns.
Well, to be doing something like he just did, he's got to have a lot of confidence in himself and in his conditioning right now to be able to climb around.
Midway through the 5th. Mercer with the glancing right hook. Mercer breathing a bit heavily. Holmes goes to the body.
And that's one of the reasons why if you get hit there, that really takes a lot of air out of it. we're chastising about waiting so much, and he is waiting a lot, and that's due to Holmes' really his great movement and his swiftness on the inside. He's got Mercer off guard right now.
Some good movement and agility. You saw him slip the punches there. Holmes and his Foreman did. They're finding the edge right now.
Steve Smoger just warning Holmes not to hold on to the rope with his right hand and jab with his left, because you get extra leverage there, and that's illegal.
Holmes getting as good as he's getting. Pressure is breathing hard. The crowd now cheering Holmes' combinations. A remarkable performance thus far through 5 rounds. For 22-year-old Larry Holmes.
Really, there's some brilliant, wonderful action here. I mean, between two big heavyweights, one of them being 42 years old and really looking like a top-rated fighter right now. Here we go. Here's one of Holmes' punches. Laying back in the corner, right hand, left hook. And of course, Mercer looks and says, all right, now let's try that again. Really, a lot of Holmes' punches aren't really stunning or staggering Mercer, but they're definitely piling up, and that effect can cause you a lot of problems later on in the fight.
I just find it interesting that here after the 5th round, the 30-year-old is breathing more heavily than the 42-year-old.
Well, part of the game here is learning how to relax, and at 42, you've learned all there is to learn in boxing, and one of the key things to being able to go those distances and throw the long punches is being able to relax. And Larry Holmes is as relaxed as you can get.
Holmes uses every second on the stool. Mercer up earlier. 6th round.
One thing that's come up on the CompuBox is Mercer's really starting to land a few more punches. His average is up to 61% connect, where Holmes is still hanging around 77%, which is very high connect percentage.
Larry is answering Mercer's supporters. Mercer's supporters are yelling out, do this, and Holmes is yelling out, oh, that's what you want?
Of course, that's Akbar Muhammad, the ex-vice president of Top Rank Boxing, yelling to Ray Mercer, his young protege, to throw the right hand, left hook, and Holmes hearing it and knowing who he is and answered back. Well, he's got tremendous concentration. You see the way he really sees all the punches coming. And a fighter this sharp is going to see him here every day.
Unlike Foreman, Holmes taking a fight like this much earlier in the comeback, but I was taking some punches from Mercer. Holmes says he will retire by the end of this year, one way or another, by the time he's 43 years old in November.
Well, if Mercer keeps landing punches like he just did, we might be a little bit sooner. And the advice from ringside really paid off because he threw the right hand, left hook, and then landed.
Holmes is talking to our camera. He says, I'm not talking Morrison. He's carrying out his own commentary. We should stop talking, Joe. Mercer waving.
We should have Mike Holmes tonight. Well, see, he's giving Mercer a little taste of his own medicine, though. That's a psychological warfare, and it can, make you think twice about, gee, what I'm doing has no effect on my opponent.
Mercer was talking to Holmes when they were close in the clinch a moment ago. So we near the 1-minute mark in the 6th round. Another combination. Mercer just takes it.
Well, Larry Holmes is putting everything behind those shots he's throwing, too. Which he's got to take a lot of steam out of them. And look, he rolls with those 2 right hands, he comes down his own uppercut. You think it would tell Larry to get back in the corner over here? He heard it once.
Kind of watches the Hollywood if I was speaking to the microphone over here.
There it is again, that 1-2 left hook. I mean, that's the most basic combinations of boxing, but it's really working against Ray Mercer.
Mercer smiles after it. Mercer took a pound into the 9th round before he broke Francisco Damiani's nose. I mean, Mercer's been through wars and he's taken everything.
Caught with a broken jaw against Bert Cooper and prevailed in the end. And look at Holmes really just beautifully pick off these punches, throw his hands up, and the punch will come back with some short little body shots against Mercer.
The fight is halfway through.
we will check in with our guest judge, Jackie Cowan, James Tony's manager. Jackie?
You know, it's really a great play, a lot better than I expected. And you know what I think? Larry Holmes is so experienced, and he's like an automatic pilot. It's like he knows what to do. He's just going through the fight like any other fight. I still would give him a slight edge because I think he's been very active, and a lot of punches haven't really hurt him the way you might think they have.